of Indie Showcase Saturday for this episode. So this is a game I actually was given press code for a while back as well. The dev launched it back in July, and I just didn't get a chance to get around to it now. This is Beard and Axe. It is a top-down action-adventure roguelite, and I like roguelites. I actually like them quite a bit now. It's very much based on old-school graphics, as you can see, probably even a little bit before the NES. This is almost looks like early, like almost like VIC 20 or something like that kind of graphics. Comes from a single-person dem named Dwarf Apart. Very cool, and they actually tweeted out the stream today, which I appreciate very much. So this is $10 US, 11.50 Canadian. It is available on PC only from Steam. It is apparently pretty cool, but also pretty difficult, as I understand it. But it was rather interesting. The dev very graciously reached out to me with a press code personally quite close to launch, which I do appreciate. And I do wish I could have gotten to this sooner, but I just didn't have the opportunity. But I'm curious to see what it's like. It doesn't look like it's been very popular because it has no user reviews. Extension to get the green globe? Oh, you mean like the thing that enhances what you see in Steam? Oh, by the price? Enhanced Steam is what it's called. It adds all this stuff, like the how long to beat averages. It adds all the Steam charts related stuff, all this other thing. It's called Enhanced Steam. If you have Steam on your PC and don't have the Enhanced Steam browser extension, get it. It adds all the features to Steam that Steam should have always had. Love it. It's really, really good. Okay, so we're going to check this out here. This game looks like it's got basically no player base. Its all-time peak players on Steam was 1. Ooh. But we'll see. That doesn't mean it's bad. That just means it didn't get noticed, which is a very common problem these days, sadly. So, all right, so I'm just going to change the game title. Thankfully, I put all of these titles into player.me by hand before I do these streams so that they show up in the Mixer list. Oh, this has gamepad support. It does not have any mouse support. Like, none. I literally don't have a mouse cursor. So that's interesting. Oh boy, this has a lot of stuff to it. Okay, let's try it with the gamepad and see if that's any better. Uh-oh. Is this one of those games where I have to run it? Oh, no, there it is. It just took a minute to wake up. Okay. Tutorials. Manual of Oaths. Okay, these are all text-based tutorials, I guess. Sorry, what? It's eating up so much memory, it's slowing you down? Oh, yes. The O's are taken from the quest map. Travel to the Hobgoblin Forest and press A. Okay. Hobgoblin, what is he saying? Hobgoblin Forest and press A. Oh, geez. This is not the easiest text to read, I'm going to say that. Bring back stolen beer, bring back the mining helmet. What? What? Okay, now the buttons aren't working. Like, I can't press A on anything. Oh dear. What? Wait, what, barter tutorial? Oh boy. This game seems like a potentially very hardcore old school roguelike. Like the kind that has a lot of commands and a lot of keys you have to memorize and things like that. That's not necessarily a bad thing. That's actually kind of a cool idea, but this definitely seems like it's a little heavy on the tutorials. By signing the Oaths of Lost Relics, you pledge yourself to recover all the artifacts of your clan name being Go Paratroopers. Normal mode, death reduces honor. Game is over if honor is completely depleted. Or death results in save file wipe, not recommended for new players. Okay. I'm a fan of various kinds of pixel art, but I'm not 100% sure on this. This does feel like a style of pixel art that's not like 8-bit like the NES. It feels like old school computer pixel art. Like, yeah, VIC-20, Commodore 64, really old PC games. It's like a weird mishmash. F-Disk C. Yeah, when you needed to do a wipe and reload the old school way. Format C, or if you were super serious about it, you would F-Disk. Then you had to redo your QEMM 386 configurations. Apparently this, whatever font he's using doesn't have a lot of the punctuation symbols in it. You'll find my measure hammerer when I fulfill... Okay. A lot of exposition here. It is a very long carpet. Reminds me of an old Flintstones episode. So the idea with this is that you're taking... So oaths are kind of like quests. So you're trying to build up your reputation as a dwarf by doing more quests than the other people. You're basically trying to bring up your... you're basically trying to raise your reputation within your clan, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Okay, this is the barterer tutorial. We already did this. First, move all of your poison powder from your stock to your trade. How do I know what my poison powder is? I guess that's the green stuff. Except how do I select it? I don't seem to be able to select and move. Oh, there. Okay. Add as much black powder to their trade box as you can. Can't get any more black powder because the 30 you're carrying plus the 30 you're buying equals 60, the maximum amount you can carry. Okay. You can still get more. Add 1 firepower to their trade. Okay, so the trade is roughly even. Okay. So these are just the tutorials again, right? Those are taken from the quest map. Yeah, go to the forest. To begin a quest, you must swear oaths to how much of each resource you will return with. You cannot be carrying any of the sworn resources when you begin the quest. You are currently carrying beer and will need to store it before starting the Hobgoblin Forest quest. To access the inventory, press P. Select beer at the bottom of your inventory store and store it all by pressing, because of course, you just carry kegs of beer with you because this is what you do. Because I have to come back with 15 beer in this quest, and I'm not allowed to start with any because I'm going back to find stolen beer. Now you can increase the amount of beer you swear to return with. Select the beer and increase the amount. Note that the honor value in the upper right of the screen. This is the honor you will gain if you succeed in the amount you will lose if you fail. If honor bottoms out, the game is over and you lose everything. So when you're so dwarf lives matter. So when you're playing, so okay, so you're aiming to get honor because that's how you win the game, is by having as much honor as possible. So you're aiming to make the quest as worth as much as possible with the least amount of risk possible. Now I can begin. Bringing back beer or other stockpiled resources is easier than bringing back the unique artifacts, such as the mining helmet. The artifacts, however, grant permanent abilities and must all be collected to become king. End the tutorial by selecting the oath stamp and pressing enter. Okay. So I'm going to say this sounds like a game that you would play in all the good and bad ways. This sounds like a game that you would have played way back in the Commodore 64 era. It has a crazy amount of depth, but a really kind of obtuse, difficult to navigate UI. And obviously not music that you would hear on a SID chip. But this is what this really feels like. This feels like a game kind of like Defender of the Crown, or even Sid Meier's Pirates or something like that. A game that has an incredible amount of depth and complexity for those willing to put in the time, but it's not going to make it easy. You're going to have to really work for it. You're going to have to really work to get past the UI issues and the complexity of it. Almost Dwarf Fortressy in a way, though this is not Dwarf Fortress, but it's almost Dwarf Fortressy in a way, in terms of that it's a game that requires a lot of time to learn and figure out. It's not going to hold your hand, but if you pull it off, it's probably super, super satisfying to do. I'm afraid your first oath must be clearing this rock slide. You won't get far if you can't leave the hold. Numpad 4? What? Also, it has really confusing controls. Like, I'm using the arrow keys and the number pad, not the number 4, the number pad 4 to swing my weapons. Like, again, this really feels like a game from that early home computer era. The bigger boulders might require some extra force. Charge up a strike and hit them then. Okay. So 5 is a heavy strike. Wait, 7, 8, 6? Wait, I had to do like a 3-button combo there to do that. Okay. Also, not a lot of music in this. No. I don't want to do an oath tutorial. I already did this. Oh, damn it. All right, let's bring back some stolen beer. Except we got to put our beer away. you know, I'm a dwarf, so you carry, you know, you carry your beer, you know, you carry your kegs on you, you know, as one does. I mean, who else, you know, how else do you do it? And this is what, the overworld? Okay, wow. So obviously you never got music like this on a Commodore 64, but this is absolutely the kind of game you would play on a Commodore 64. Cross river to proceed. Oh God. So now this has become a little bit Oregon Trail, I guess. What a strange thing. Okay, so, okay, guys, I found beer in the trees. Oh, crap. Kill all enemies to proceed. Oh, geez. Oh, God. Oh, God. I'm, kind of getting wrecked here a little bit. Okay, so... Yeah, and this is totally a roguelite. See, it's turn-based. Every time I move, he moves. And he's activated, so he's seen me. Oh, God. Ew! Gross. They just explode in a web of blood. I mean, it's kind of an impressive way to die when you think about it. Okay, like everyone and their dog is now activated on me, so this is not brilliant. Listen, all I wanted was some of my tree beer, okay? You guys clearly weren't drinking it, so I mean, what did you want? So, this is interesting, though. The overworld is turn-based, but this is real-time. Like, if I stand still, the enemies keep working. And I'm dead. Get a second win for 5 honor. Sure. Can I please just have my tree beer? That's all I wanted was tree beer. Wait, how did you guys end up in here, too? Oh, God damn it. Yeah, I picked something up there. Is that gold? I think that's gold. So basically, I'm swearing an oath to do a thing, and you have to deal with all the particular trials and tribulations that come with attempting to get that. Like attempting to complete said oath. I'm going to say this about this game. This is a game that was clearly made... This person who made this, I'm going to guess, had a very particular vision for this, which was to make a roguelite very much in the school, the old school, like where that genre originated, on old home computers. That's designed to play like that. It's very, very deep, has a pile of systems at play, but it's very confusing, very obtuse. The controls are very weird. The systems, there are tutorials, but the systems clearly require a lot of work to figure out. But if you are the type of person who is into this, I could see this being immensely satisfying to pull off. Like, if you're able to complete some of the harder quests and you can balance, you know, trade and all those other things to... Well, I broke my oath. So there you go. If you were the type of person who could figure this out and really pull off what this is about... Generating. What? Okay, and it's also got random dungeons. Again, also like a roguelite. Oh, Oh, you taking off, Ludger? All right, buddy. Well, it was really good to see you here, man. I will be back to regular streaming this week. I may play some Anthem tonight, and I may stream it if I do. We'll see. But and I'll be playing. I'll be back to regular streaming this week, and there will be more Indie Showcase Saturdays soon. So thanks for hanging out, man. So yeah, this is a game that was clearly made by somebody who was who wanted to appeal to that old school mindset, that old school, like they wanted to make a roguelike akin to what you would have found on very old school home computers of the late 70s and early 80s. And I can respect that for sure. But like I said, the tutorial, the mechanics are tricky. There's clearly a lot to balance. The controls are very, very strange. And it looks good. Like it looks good, I think, in what it's trying to do. By modern standards, it's not necessarily that much of a looker. This is made for a very, very particular kind of player. There's no doubt about that. You really are... This is really designed to cater to a very particular kind of person. And I can respect that. You know, it's a basic... Wow, and they also have apparently some of the worst constructed bridges in the history of bridges. I can certainly respect that. It is a game that... yeah, again, it's made for a very specific kind of player, and I can definitely respect that, but oh my god. But I feel like it's a bit of a real niche that they're going after here, especially given that this is a how crowded the roguelike genre is these days, and how many really good entries there are in that genre. This feels like... Again, this feels like it's appealing to very particular kind of players. I just don't know how many there are out there, and I'll be honest, I don't really think I have time for this kind of game anymore. The time required to not only do this, but to get good at it. Also, clearly I shouldn't be going anywhere but that starting area, because Jeebus. I am like the most dishonorable dwarf in the history of dwarves right now. Stone Shard? Like, I really do respect what the dev was trying to go for here. It's just, like I said, this is really, yeah, this is really, really hard, not just because it's a hard game, but because of how, like, just obtuse it is to play. And that is going to appeal to very specific people. I just don't know if, I just don't think it appeals to me. Like I said, I do respect what he was going for, but if you are someone who is longing for a game very much like you would have gotten back in the early days on home computers, I think this would be fitting for you. But for me, I just don't think this is really my jam. It's too bad this apparently has been completely unpopular on Steam, because there's definitely a crowd on Steam that would be down for something like this. It just doesn't seem to have really gotten noticed at all. So I kind of do wish I could have covered it when it was new, because I probably would have maybe could have driven a couple of people towards this, but I'm not sure. But yeah, honestly, hopefully this has given you guys a little bit of an idea what it is, and that it may, you know, and if you are someone who's into it, it will give you an idea of what to expect from it. But in my case, honestly, I just am not finding this super compelling. But it's clear that there's a lot of systems and depth to it, and for a game made by one person, that's impressive. You know, I will, oh god, I will definitely say that that's really impressive. So mega kudos to him for that. But I can think of so many other roguelikes and roguelites that are out right now that I just have enjoyed a lot more. I just feel that this would appeal to people almost more in the Dwarf Fortress crowd. And Dwarf Fortress is a game I respect from a very great distance, but have no particular interest in my own self. So I think that's the case with this as well. But see, unlike Creepy Road, which is a game that honestly just feels like a bad game, I don't think this is a bad game. I think it's a game that's unappealing to me, but I think this is a game that clearly has a lot of heart in it. Made by someone who knew exactly what they wanted to make. And as someone who grew up with a lot of those old school roguelikes, I would say he hit his goal. Yeah, even RimWorld is too much for me, but again, RimWorld I respect the hell out of, because RimWorld is amazing. It's just I'm not good at it, and I like too many games to give that game the time it requires for me to get good at it. That's really what it is. So yeah, that is. Oh, I'm done. Your oath of honor broken and your word forever tarnished. The clan named you once bore is stripped, and with it all wealth and goods you possess. You are henceforth forbidden a place in this hold, and will walk the earth and die with the sun upon your face. Wah, wah. So yeah, there we go, guys. That is Beard and Axe. It is on Steam right now for $10 US. Very niche product for a very niche audience. If you are one of those people, definitely check it out. But it is most certainly not my particular jam. But it is not a bad game, I don't think, at least from my initial impressions. It feels like a game with a lot of heart in it, but just not what was it for me. So yeah, so that's the lineup, guys. That is Indie Showcase Saturday, another one in the can. Thank you all very, very much for watching. We actually we covered 5 very different games today. One of them wasn't very good. One of them wasn't really my jam. The other 3 were awesome, and I actually really liked them. So, Future Grind, hang on, I'm going to open all these up again. Hang on, here we go. So yeah, I should keep these open. So yes, Future Grind, great game, out right now on the PC, the PS4, and the Switch. Highly recommend that. And I think I broke Chrome. Yeah, I think I broke Chrome. Oh dear. Whoop, there we go. Okay. Hong Kong Massacre. If you like Hotline Miami, get it. Really good. Wild True Learn. We're going to figure something out with this at some point. I think this game is also really cool. Creepy Road, not so much. And Beard and Axe, not so much for me. But Creepy Road, I just don't think is very good. Beard and Axe, I actually think is pretty cool. So just not for me. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, etc. I do appreciate that. And I will be back with more Indie Showcase Saturdays in the future, especially since I have started to build up some great relationships with indie devs. If you are an indie dev watching this, the Shed team is very, very serious about indie games, and we want to work with you in a community partnership kind of way. Small creators helping small creators to help your game get noticed. We're not a business. We're not looking for anything from you. We're just looking to partner with cool devs making cool stuff that we can help showcase and drive our own growth at the same time. As variety creators, we are very much about that, and we would I would love to talk to you. So yeah, you can hit me up on Twitter at pxabstraction or join my Discord at discord.pxa.ca. That would be very much appreciated if you'd like to chat about that, or go check out the Shed at theshedteam.com. I don't have a command for that right now, but I really need to add that back in. So thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I will see you guys next time. You guys have a good one. We'll see you on the next Indie Showcase Saturday.